Has our Kia courtside report. Kia, the official vehicle of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Well, tonight we'll see a great matchup at point guard between Rondo and Russell Westbrook. Two all-stars who have very different styles, but each have had a huge impact for their teams. Both of these players have had multiple triple-doubles already this year, and they lead the league in assists. Kevin Durant, who always has high praise for Russell, said that Rondo is playing like one of the best point guards in the league right now, just like he did at Boston. He said Rondo is playing with a chip on his shoulder. Brian, that sounds like somebody else we know too.
Yes, indeed it does. Now, if you want to look at using metrics to figure out how to start this game, Michael, the other guys are shooting 54% against Sacramento in the first 3 minutes of the game. The Kings are shooting but 41%. Hit them early.
Well, absolutely. You want to hit them early and often. Take advantage of the slow starts by the King. You mentioned just a second ago, this is the second night of a back-to-back tough loss in Houston last night. Get out of the blocks on the right foot. Keep the throttle, keep the foot down on the throttle, and don't let up.
Kevin Durant was not himself at Miami. By his own admission, a couple of early fouls. Durant wound up making what he thought were some unfortunate decisions down the stretch. Russell Westbrook starting this game like a house of fire off the scramble for the opening tip. And the fans can take an early seat barely 10 seconds into this one tonight at Chesapeake Arena. Rondo has that ball jarred loose, and it glances off of his leg to Oklahoma City.
Well, how important is that going to be to keep him out of the lane? If he does get in there, make him see a crowd. That time he saw a bunch of sunset jerseys. Ball out of bounds off his leg. Thunder will take that.
Westbrook has turned the ball over 24 times the last 3 games. His head coach Donovan sees an effort and a desire to do the right thing. Durant forced to give it up, then gets it back from Serge Ibaka, and that one offline. Back tap rebound for Robertson. Nobody goes to Ibaka, and he makes him pay.
And how about Andre Robertson? Give him credit on that play. Maybe Serge should give him 1 point on that play because he tapped it right to him, knowing that he was wide open.
Robertson had a season-high 9 rebounds and a couple of steals at Miami. Gay starts to split the double team, and he is fouled by Ibaka.
How about this, partner? I mean, this is great. It's just a back tap, knowing that, just having court awareness and the presence of mind to do that by Andre Robertson. That's a high IQ play.
DeMarcus Cousins shot 4 of 16 last night in Houston. Squares up, though, and fires one long over Steven Adams. Cousins shooting the three-pointer this year at a career-high volume and still managing to get to the free throw line an average of 10 games. The Kings' problem is that he's missed 8 games with injuries and a 1-game league suspension for an elbow to Atlanta's Al Horford, and in those 8 games, Sacramento is 1-7. Robertson wasting no motion getting up for that 3-point shot, but it rims out and it's collected by Ben McLemore.
Talk about DeMarcus Cousins, boy, his numbers are off the charts, averaging over 26 points a game, as Serge Ibaka will get called for his 2nd foul early in this quarter here.
They put the first one, partner, on Durant, the initial indication of Ibaka, so now Serge with his first, but still 2 quick team fouls against the Thunder, and you were talking about keeping the Kings off the line.
Absolutely, they're tired. They're going to come in here a little bit tired. Hard-fought battle that they lost last night. In Houston, no easy points for him by putting them on the free throw line early.
Cousins outside for 3, and he is long. He's shooting the 3-ball 35%. Westbrook gets the screen from Adams. Cousins giving him an awful lot of room, and the corner is now, they wind up isolated. McLemore fronting Adams in a mismatch. Ibaka gathers, hitting play. Adams has got 2 men stuck to him, and he passes back out to the backside to Ibaka.
Well, what I like about that play by Steven Adams, he didn't try to dribble the basketball. He turned, took an observation, and saw number 9 in sunset, and was able to get the basketball to him for the slam.
8 rebounds for Adams at Miami, one of his best rebounding games. Westbrook receives the pass from Durant, who has been dialing up his work on the glass. Another screen by Adams. Gay has a real hard time unsticking himself from the Thunder center, and Westbrook scores.
I'm loving what Steven Adams does. That's why he's on the floor, folks, at the start of this ball game. That's why he's still starting, as he's able to get inside. Here, a tremendous block on DeMarcus Cousins, trying to draw the foul.
Durant in full flight, extending toward the rim, and he is fouled.
You talk about the quick start. You got to do it on the defensive end, and you got to be able to execute. I mean, watch this nice little play here by Steven. He's got 3 purple jerseys around him. Somehow gets it over to number 9, who makes a great grab in traffic. And well, you see that. That's the sure two at any level of play.
Adams had a pretty good week. He had 8 rebounds at Miami, one of his best games of the season. The last time the Thunder played here at Chesapeake Arena, he had 13 rebounds against Detroit. Conversation on some administrative issues amongst the officials. Mark Davis backing up. He is the crew chief tonight. Tony Brown and Leon Wood also part of the crew. Durant, as I said, was not himself at Miami, and he said those early fouls, I let that take me out of the game. He says I should have gone to the rim late. And ultimately what he individually thinks he needs to do, and his teammates also need to understand, Michael, is that the notion of passing up shots that they've gotten used to taking so that they can get better shots in this new scheme that Donovan has introduced to them.
And that's what this system is all about. It's just getting better as the season wears on. Now, you're not going to start out at the top of the mountain. You got to work your way up that mountain. And the Thunder have shown that they can do that as Omar Caspi shoots a deep 3.
Offensive rebound, though, for Cousins off the long bounce.
Now, that's one of those rebounds, partner, you can live with. You know, it's a long rebound. You can live with that one. The ones at point-blank range are the ones that create problems.
Cousins, tough shot. Westbrook is able to tip that to his center, Adams. Adams making a great stand. Cousins off to a 1-for-4 start in the run of play. How about Adams handling the basketball coming up the floor? Rolls reversed. They play big man to little man, and Westbrook scores again. He's got 6.
All the Kings men got caught watching the paint dry. Hey, wait a minute. What is Steven Adams doing bringing the ball up the floor? Hey, he gets it past the half line and is able to get it over to Russ, who goes straight to the basket again.
Cousins battling with Robertson for the loose ball off the glass. And Adams having himself a heck of a game early.
He says, hey, somebody, I want to give you the ball. Okay, well, let me do what I've always wanted to do, because I'm a big man too.
And he crosses over on Cousins.
Hey, you know what I'm going to say? That was nasty. You know, all big men have a fantasy of wanting to bring the ball up the floor without turning the basketball over. I can live with that.
We've seen Cantor do it.
Come on. It's just once again, you know, Rondo, he's so crafty with the basketball. You know, he's always looking to pass the basketball. He sets you up right there, makes a tough little reverse inside layup off.
They're shooting 2 of 8. The Thunder 5 of 7. We talked about the first 3 minutes with the Kings and how that has not been their friend. And Robertson got bumped. No call in transition. Here comes McLemore. Rondo last night with 19 assists in that loss at Houston, and McLemore behind the Thunder defense. Last year, McLemore, the young pro out of Kansas, the only member of the Sacramento team to play every game.
He's a talented young forward.
A lot of trial by fire. A lot of extra passing and a driving lane for Robertson. He's not able to finish, and Cousins steers that to Rondo, and he's in full flight. The kick out to Gay in front of his own bench, and he scores for 3.
And that's what Sacramento does a lot of. This team is in the top 5 in three-point shooting, field goal. They want to get out in transition, spread the floor, put the basketball in the hands of Rondo, let him find a hot shooter.
7 unanswered. Westbrook threads the needle on the pick and roll to Adams.
I like that action up top. The Thunder have to keep milking that until the Kings say, okay, we can stop that. Right now, they have not shown that they can stop that high pick and roll.
Caspi driving, bodied up, fouled. That's 2 on Ibaka. And the Thunder is already at the limit, 5.5 minutes into the ball game.
You gotta love this 2-man game right here. Kings cannot figure that out. That weak side help. Just trying to worry about the 3-point shooter. Left Steven Adams all by himself. I like it when Steven gets involved early offensively and gets a couple of points.
This is one of the things that Donovan was talking about with Russell's turnovers. He says, you know, he sees Steven setting all those screens that he does, and he wants to get him something at the rim, but sometimes those thread-the-needle passes into heavy traffic wind up going in the other direction. I really do think, Michael, for this entire team, a lot of the turnover issue is more about precision, and with time that will come.
That's right. And you know, this is we're not even through a quarter of the season. We're talking 19. This is the 20th game right here. And Steven Adams will get another rebound missed free throw.
Caspi missed both of them. You pointed out on Thunder Live before the game that Kings one of the worst free throw shooting team in the league. Durant dispossessed. Live ball turnovers create situations like that. That is the second behind the defense run out bucket for the Kings.
Both teams have struggled trying to take care of the basketball.
Westbrook early in the shot clock. Three now.
You can get that shot anytime you want. What you want to see the Thunder do is continue to set that high pick and roll, get Steven Adams involved. They got great action on that play.
George Karl talked in the back hallway about his team's tough starts and his Cousins ties the game. That's exactly to Karl's point. He said the thing about our team is that we usually do fight back.
And that's what they've done here so far. He's gotten themselves back in the ball game. You know, DeMarcus Cousins, I mean, he scores a quarter of the Kings' points.
Westbrook and Durant in a two-man game. KD gets deep, spins and scores. Kings started 1 of 7 from the floor. They've made their last 5 shots, and Westbrook puts his hands on Rondo's hips as he tries to turn the corner. That is a foul that will put the Kings into the bonus after a timeout. So Rondo's shooting free throws. Thunder shooting 54% with 12 points in the paint. Still just 2 points to the good. Kevin Durant getting involved with a couple of early rebounds and a bucket. One of those 6 in the paint for the Thunder.
Shots, turnovers really fuel both teams. So I think our ability to take care of the basketball, especially in the open floor, middle of the floor, and get up good quality percentage shots will be important, because then what that does, it allows us to get back in transition and maybe slow them down, because that's where they're very, very good, is when they get out and run. And, you know, they're a team right now that is, really getting more shots up per 48 minutes than any team in the league right now. So they're a quick strike team as well, and they look to attack in transition.
Billy Donovan in the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Integris, the official healthcare provider of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Donovan in conversation with Mo Cheeks, flanked on the other side with Monty Williams, as Rajon Rondo prepares to take a couple of free throws off the foul against Westbrook. That was the Thunder's 5th in the quarter. Rondo had a Sacramento era 20 assists at Charlotte in late November. Westbrook and Donovan in conversation as Rondo prepares to take his first. Rajon Rondo's numbers right now: 12.5 points a game, 10.5 assists, which leads the league, as Leslie pointed out, 7 rebounds a game. Reminiscent, Michael, of his title days with Boston, including at the defensive end. He tied a season-high 4 steals last night at Houston. But again, free throws an adventure for this team. He's only 42% at the strike.
Kings have only fouled 1 time. Thunder in the bonus. The Kings have put themselves in the bonus already. With just over 5 minutes to go, one of my concerns coming into the game is not allowing the Kings to get to that free throw line.
Dion Waiters in for Ibaka. The Thunder going small, and Adams tapping it back as Waiters had to rush one against the shot clock. And during the timeout, we found out what that administrative conversation was amongst the officials. Ibaka is sitting with 3 fouls. They gave one to Durant early on. It was Ibaka's foul, and so we'll see how Donovan and the Thunder manage that. Nice contest by Durant on the possession by Gabe, but he gets it back and scores.
Wow, that's a big loss for the Thunder. If Serge Ibaka has 3 fouls, that means, there's that play, that high pick and roll we talked about. Sorry, partner, but that's what you want to see. That's Thunder basketball right there. But that takes Serge Ibaka out for pretty much the entire half if he's got 3.
Takes pressure off of Ibaka if Adams and the Thunder can continue to create and generate points like they have. And another whistle at this end against Oklahoma City, and you can see from Adams' reaction, it is on Steven.
Well, you freeze it right here. I mean, this is his path right here. Look at that. I mean, that's like the Red Sea parting open. There's no one on the backside, and he gets another nice little lob to the basket. Simple basketball, you know, staying simple. And that's Thunder basketball, just taking, you know, advantage of the defense. Now, if there's no action on that, guess what? You continue to attack and you kick out to the shooters.
Adams has 6 points and 4 rebounds. Cousins, his man, off to a 2 of 5 start. DeMarcus Cousins has been working to find level ground with his head coach George Karl. They've had a rocky relationship, but both sides say they've been working on that. The Kings 2 out of 6 at the free throw line early. Westbrook challenged by Rondo and fouled by Rondo.
Now, partner, to finish your thought on DeMarcus Cousins and, you know, George Karl, he coached me in Seattle.
George did.
George did. Not DeMarcus. I think he was a little baby at that point. But he coached me, and, you know, if there's anybody that can figure out what makes DeMarcus Cousins tick on a night-to-night basis, is that man right there, George Karl.
Thunder fans, send us your picture. Powered by U.S. Cellular. We'll pick one, show it on the air after halftime. Send us your photo using the hashtag GetUpGetLoud via Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. U.S. Cellular coverage in the middle of anywhere. You know, Westbrook this morning after shoot-around talked about this team being 11-8 coming into the season, and he said very flatly, I expected us to be better. He said we have to find ways to make sure that everybody's connected, and he says that takes time.
Well, I just think he's being a little bit hard on himself.
Caspi
is able to get all the way to the basket.
In transition, the Kings get back across a line. They average 109 points allowed a game. That's 29th in the NBA. KD taking a big long step and hammering that one home.
Well, that's what I like about this offense. Kevin Durant will get those type of plays. You know, certainly, did he have the three? Yes, he did. But he also saw a pathway to the basket, and you saw the results.
Marco Bellinelli run off the three-point line, and he travels with it. Bellinelli signed as a free agent after 2 years in San Antonio.
Now here's a shot. He had a shot on the pass by Robertson. He says, you know what? I think I like this better. Signed, sealed, and delivered at the rim.
Put it on Costa Koufos' head.
You know, I can do that to you. But you won't play with me.
No, I won't. You won't do that to me because you only take threes in the church league.
No, you're right. My bad. I wouldn't do that. That's a KD special. I'm shooting only threes now in my post-career.
And as Cantor is checked in for Oklahoma City, he's picked up by Koufos, who's been reunited with Karl. Had some of his best seasons with Karl in Denver. Here on the post-up, Cantor gets the roll.
Just beautiful basketball by the Thunder. That's the Thunder basketball. You know, just get the ball inside. Everyone still make their cuts, run their routes, and you got one-on-one coverage with Enes Kanter. That's a problem for most bigs.
Darren Collison, pro out of UCLA, draws some of the defense away from the lane as Rondo penetrates and slashes to the rim to score. 20-12, the Thunder has outscored Sacramento in the paint here the first 10 minutes of the game. Dion Waiters was terrific the other night at Miami. That one rattles out. Waiters played 12 minutes in the fourth quarter, made all 4 of his shots, got a couple of assists, 2 rebounds. He had a steal, and that's out of bounds under pressure from Durant to Oklahoma City.
Oh, you love the help by Andre Robertson, but I love this even better by Kevin Durant when he's showing a shot and getting all the way to the rack with the big monster slam.
That's some wingspan right there. Durant with 5 points, the Thunder by 4. Wild card keys to the game. Riverwind Casino, OKC's most rewarding casino.
Well, that first one is really important, pushing the tempo, getting those transition buckets with just under 2 minutes to go here. Got a chance to break 30. Half-court execution. We've already seen the two-man game between Steven Adams and whatever guard, Russ or Dion. They're getting action out of that as well. Defend the arc. This team, the Sacramento Kings, you know, there are some things they do really well. They shoot the 3 ball very well in the top 5 at over 37%. Keep them off the arc. So far, just DeMarcus Cousins, you can live with that, has made a three-pointer for the Kings.
Been talking about the Thunder's penetration into the interior, 20-12 in paint scoring. Augustine now on the floor with Cameron Payne, who had a nice job last night across the street with the Oklahoma City Blue. He sets up Augustine, who is offline, but the Kings are without their center, Marcus Cauley-Stein, and that was pretty much the one-shot blocking presence that they had on that team. He dislocated his finger in their loss to Boston in Mexico City. Payne outside for three. Get him a little bit of work last night across the street in the D-League, and you see the results.
Absolutely. He had 19 points, 6 assists, 4 steals in last night's big win here at Cox Pavilion across the street. Come right in and knock down a three. Boy, that'll get you playing time.
Bellinelli has a response. Marco Bellinelli shooting 8 of 25. 1 of 13 from 3 his last 4 games, but he's one of those guys who can get well in a hurry. Long 2-point basket for Bellinelli. Kufos checking Cantor, who takes it deep in the post. Kufos got his hands on it, and in the scramble for that, it's deflected out of bounds to Sacramento. Let's get it back to the back bench, and Leslie.
Well, Billy Donovan talked before the game about why they sent Cameron Payne to the blue yesterday. He said, I just wanted him to get some competitive 5-on-5. When you're young, you go through a couple of games, you haven't played much. Doing that is going to make him sharper. It's going to help him develop and give him much better experience. And then look, guys, he's getting some early minutes here tonight.
Thank you, Leslie. As you can see, he's just getting right into the flow. They back off you that far, he's got to take that shot.
Gay picked up at the free throw line by Durant. Another tough shot for Rudy Gay. They were teammates in the men's national team program. Outside to Augustine. Comes up short. Nice feed. Great idea by Durant.
Well, transition opportunity. You got to love that. You make a couple of passes. You get a wide open three. You can take that shot. That's just good basketball.
Both teams shooting better than 52% here in the quarter. Rondo probing, looking underneath Cantor, and Kufos there with the putback of the miss. And we got a whistle on the floor. Is it just about scoring the basket, or was there a foul on Rondo detected as part of that? We'll sort it out at the quarter break. Thunder led by as many as 9 early. Kings within 3 as we go to the second on Sunset Sunday. Peak Arena, there was a conversation right at the end of the first quarter that I thought might involve Rajon Rondo getting knocked to the deck as Kufos rebounded his miss and scored at the buzzer. In the end, the officials did not call a foul on the play that wound up with Rondo on his backside. So we're all good here. Bellinelli curling into the three-pointer and Cantor rebounding the miss as the Kings get the first crack at the basket here in the second quarter. Deion Waiters driving, challenged at the rim. Cantor too strong, gets it back. That one glances off a Kings defender, so the Thunder retains possession. The ball never hit the rim, so no reset of the shot clock.
Thunder still have 14 seconds, plenty of time to run a play and get into a set piece here on an out-of-bounds play.
Cousins returns after a 2 of 5 shooting first quarter. Bellinelli got sideways to Payne, but he's short. Odd man break the other way for Sacramento, and Bellinelli pays it off. Payne, Waiters, Augustine, Cantor, and Kyle Singler starting the quarter for Oklahoma City. The Thunder commits a violation. Did Cantor step inbounds as he delivered that ball? I believe he did. So right back to the Kings goes the basketball in a 1-point game. Cousins driving, loping. Gay can't corral. Payne does. Thunder with numbers up the floor. Gay comes back and evens those numbers. And a good idea by Payne, but a little bit too much air under the ball. That pass intended for Singler sails through Singler's hands. Collison looking for Gay at the rim, and contact there leaves Rudy Gay at the free throw line.
That time Gay was up in the air, much like Kevin Durant the other night when he got upset. He got a little squabble.
Non-shooting foul, Michael, my bad.
With one of the Heat players, and he didn't have control. He just got bumped. No control of the basketball, so that's a good call by the officials.
Waiters catches up to run Bellinelli off the three-point line, and then He curls to the bucket. Look at this ball movement here on the possession by the Kings. It results in an air ball, or rather a dry hole from 3 for Collison.
Good ball movement by the Kings.
Deflection by Collison. Payne will meet him at the rim and affect the shot, but Collison is able to track it down. Another offensive rebound, the 6th of the game for Sacramento. Collison off contact with Augustine, rolls it out wide.
Thunder need to settle down. If this is a timeout, this is a great timeout by Billy Donovan. A couple of possessions, just a little bit, sloppy. You want to clean that up. Plenty of time to go here, folks. Thunder nursing a 1-point lead.
3 with 3 turnovers to start the second quarter. Sacramento 1 out of 6. The 2016 Thunder Girls calendar is now on sale. Calendars make great holiday gifts, so be sure to visit OKCThunder.com/shop. Buy your calendar up for only $15 while supplies last. The Thunder Girls presented by Riverwind Casino. Brooke autographing that to our broadcast crew. That's now hanging proudly in our production truck here in the bowels of Chesapeake Arena.
Why did the production guys get it? Why don't we get it out here?
Because you need to be paying attention to the basketball game while they're playing.
All right, fair enough.
Waiters crosses over, gets deep, tough shot inside. Good box out by Cousins.
I like that steal. Dion Waiters miss, the layup.
James Anderson, the former Oklahoma State Cowboy, gets deep. Singler with the rebound. Westbrook preparing to check back in for Oklahoma City. Nice job of Augustine to keep that dribble alive. Payne for 3. No, Augustine got his hands on it. Then Anderson bats it away to Caspi. The Thunder shooting 1 out of 8 from 3. Sacramento 1 out of 6.
Right now, both teams are playing a game of chicken. Whoever scores first will get the next run started. There seems to be a lid on both ends of the basket.
Caspi. And contact. And 2 shots coming for the Israeli international. Caspi is fouled by Singler.
Oh, I got a problem with that. It didn't look like he was even trying to shoot the ball. He's going laterally. Man, I didn't realize it was that easy to get to the free throw line.
Caspi is tracking career highs in shooting and scoring. 11 points a game on 51% field goal shooting. Augustine and Payne check out. Westbrook and Robertson check back in for the Thunder. But Caspi scored in double figures in 7 of his last 8 games. Now, free throw shooting again, and Achilles heel. Thunder on the run. Sacramento sitting 3 of 8 at the stripe. Collison picks up his former UCLA teammate Westbrook. Tanner spins into that shot as Cousins late to rotate.
Just good ball movement by the Thunder. Russell Westbrook attacking and then finding somebody.
A little late whistle. Tanner is called for the personal.
I just thought this was good D. He stayed in front of him, but this is good offense here nonetheless. Cantor hitting a little short range shot. Man, the Kings are just getting to the partner. This is where it was a concern of mine, just keeping the Kings off the free throw line, because they just disrupt the flow of the game. Even though they're not a very good shooting team. They only shoot 73%. That's 24th in the NBA.
If the Oklahoma wind would have blown through the back door here at the arena, Cousins would have missed that rim entirely.
Partner, he's almost an 80% free throw shooter. One of the better free throw shooters for the Sacramento Kings. He's already missed 2.
He's already over 40 3-pointers attempted for the season. Splits the difference on the free throws. But what's remarkable about that is he's shooting the 3 at volume and still taking 10 free throws a game by average. Here he picks up Waiters, who's going to step back and rattle that one out. What a move by Singler, and 1. Great play by Kyle Singler. Crashing the board, scoring with a circus finish, and he's fouled.
Just a great play and presence of mind to focus, and he knows he's going to take a tumble here as he gets up in the air and somehow tips that ball in. and falls on his backside. I won't say Bertuzzi, but I'm going to say he did fall that way.
Rattles out on Singler, who is below 60% at the free throw line. But you could see it. Kyle played 16 seconds at Miami after not playing in the previous 3 games. You could see the love he was getting from Anthony Morrow on the Oklahoma City bench. Adams is back to work on Cousins. Anderson finds the gates closing on him. Singler with another hustle play and the rebound. That's his 3rd. Westbrook measuring Anderson, looking for contact, and he's going to get a chance to finish a 3-point play.
Well, the officials are calling that on the other end. And Russell Westbrook, smart player, presence of mind. So let me see if it'll work on this end. You know, a little stop and pop, but he doesn't pop right away. He just takes it, waits for him to come down, goes up. That's just a smart play by Russell Westbrook.
Anderson landed on him. A different situation. Remember the foul that was called on Waiters? Dwayne Wade hit a couple of free throws with about a minute left on Thursday night.
The circus shot.
Wade initiated contact off the pump fake, and the NBA, in reviewing that, their final 2-minute report said the call on Waiters of the personal foul was in the end incorrect. Here, that's a tough play by Collison as the Thunder defense collapses on him from every conceivable direction.
Well, that was really good defense. Just a great circus shot by Darren Collison.
His first bucket in 4 attempts. He was an all-rookie first-teamer a few years ago with New Orleans, playing for now Thunder assistant coach Monty Williams, who was the head coach of they were the Hornets at the time. You know what I mean.
Right. You know, he's a journeyman, played a couple of seasons with the Clippers, in his 2nd season right now with the Kings.
Waiters get a little crossed up with Adams. So gathers again and fires offline. Cousins with the rebound. He has 6 of those over the top. Bellinelli caught too deep and throws it away.
Now give credit to Andre Robertson. He actually caught him. Didn't really catch up with him, just was chasing him. He had a difficult catch on that play.
Westbrook off the screen from Adams. Singler run off the 3-point line. Got caught in no man's land and he traveled.
I like the attack. I like the energy. That's what you need right now when you're coming off the bench.
Things are heating up on the inside between Adams and Cousins.
Now, why am I not surprised? You know, 2 big guys. You know, Cousins obviously, you know, is a big offensive threat. He's averaging over 26 points a game. As I mentioned, you know, he scores a quarter of their offense. And you look right here, just, you know, once again saying, you know, we love to play together.
Kevin Durant is back. And as we make that notation, Collison off the pump fake earns a trip to the free throw line off of contact with Singler. And that's Kyle's 3rd personal foul. Thunder is at the limit again early with about 7 minutes remaining in the first half.
Now the difference is in the first quarter, the Thunder was only able to get to the free throw line. They only was able to get 1 foul on the Kings.
Question is, was it a 2-shot foul or a 3-shot foul?
Instant replay overturns the on-floor decision. It's a 2-shot.
2-shot foul. Mark Davis and his crew had initially ruled it a 3-point shot.
Well, see, there's that little foot, that right foot, and the left foot moved a little bit too. Now, partner, you were talking about the Kings. Is you know, we're talking about it, folks. It's over 7 minutes. The Kings are in the penalty again. Well, the Thunder on the next foul by the Kings will also be in the penalty. Unlike the first quarter, where the Thunder could not put. Well, actually, the Thunder will not. The Thunder will be in the penalty on the next foul. The Kings still got 3 more fouls. So, plenty of time to go here, but that was a concern of mine coming into the game. Even though the Kings is a poor free throw shooter, they are getting to the free throw line uncharacteristically.
There's still, though, Michael, to your point, a question of rhythm. And if you're stopping for free throws, and last night there were nearly 50 free throws in that game at Houston for the Kings. Houston wound up taking 30 more free throws than Sacramento. Collison, with his pair, makes it a 2-point game again. And it takes everybody out of the rhythm. You know, you want to make a stop or generate a turnover and run.
Absolutely. And right now the Kings have doubled up the Thunder at the free throw line. Thunder 6 attempts, the Kings have 12.
Durant single up with James. Anderson just left to operate on his own after the entry pass from Anthony Morrow. It's Westbrook, Morrow, Robertson, Durant playing power forward, and Adams right now for the Thunder. Cousins thinks about it, measures a second time, and comes up offline. He's shooting 2 out of 7 in the game.
Well, you can live with that if you're the Thunder, even though he's a tremendous scorer.
Wow. You hear that slap all the way to Shattuck, Oklahoma.
Well, I tell you, you'll take that if you're the Thunder right now, because you got free throws and you're not in the bonus. You see right here, Kevin Durant. I mean, just using his size, just elevates over the top. When you're 6'9", 6'10" like that, most players in the league are going to struggle trying to defend you.
Morrow, only his 4th and 5th free throws of the season. Fun moment with him at Georgia Tech when the team practiced in Atlanta after the game. The Thunder practiced on Tuesday. He splits the difference on the free throws, but he took us back for a tour of the practice facility at Georgia Tech where he played his college ball, and his picture was all over the place.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I was back there with him. I was in awe, and just how much they recognize and they have such high regards for Anthony Morrow at Georgia Tech.
Durant switches off and gets a hand up on Bellinelli. Caspi got deep and had a shot to put it back. Morrow in transition. He's going to put it over.
And I'm loving it. And he got fouled on the play too, as there was a lot of contact when he drove to the basket. George will call timeout as he's not liking what he's seeing right now. Thunder have a 7-point lead here as we'll go to a break.
Morrow helping the Thunder gain a little bit of separation. Anthony showing a little bit of inside presence. Leaving the Thunder 7 points to the good mid-second quarter. Enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Gay steps into the paint, and that one rattles. Man, that thing went around the cylinder 3 times. A 540 spin, and Gay scores it.
Well, coming out of timeout, that's what you want to do if you're the Sacramento Kings. You draw up a play, you get into the paint and score. It's going to make your coach happy.
Westbrook trapped by Gay and Collison, then escapes, and then a foul is called on Collison.
Well, how about Russell Westbrook? That's an evasion that only Russell Westbrook can do right there, folks. I mean, he was doubled hard, somehow spun on the outside leg of Darren Collison, forced him to foul him, as the Thunder have put now the 4th foul on the Kings. So we're about even, as both teams will be shooting free throws on the next fouls, regardless.
Westbrook will pull up and shoot over Collison, and that one is tapped out of bounds by Adams. Westbrook with 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting, 5 assists, 4 rebounds. He's turned the ball over not once tonight. 3-pointer won't fall. Durant with the rebound, of Cousins miss, and then the Thunder throws it away, looking for a little too much too soon. Gay, that is a deep 3 that clangs off the back of the iron, and then Rondo knocks the ball out of Westbrook's hands.
Well, you can live with that. I know DeMarcus Cousins, he's made 19 threes already in the season, folks. He's become a 3-point shooter, but in an early shot clock in a situation like that, you the Thunder, you'll take that from DeMarcus Cousins.
Neither team is shooting particularly well here in the quarter. At the last break, the Thunder was 5 of 13. The Kings were 2 out of 12. Westbrook, tough shot over Rondo, but see, there's that mismatch.
That's right. And Westbrook got it right to him. And KD just elevated over the top. Didn't need to try to drive by Rondo. He's a pretty good defender. Might steal the ball or poke it away. Just shot over the top.
McLemore curling off the screen. No. Adams and Westbrook battling for the rebound. Adams wins. 5 boards for him. Thunder is +9 on the glass. And Gay dispossesses Durant and just lopes on home. Does Rudy Gay. Durant's 2nd turnover. Kevin turned the ball over 5 times the other night.
That's one of those plays you can stay away from that for the Thunder. And we've been playing a pretty good quarter. You wrestled back the momentum.
7 Thunder turnovers have fueled an 11-3 Sacramento advantage on the fast break. Look at Morrow making himself available at least. Doesn't finish the shot, but made the right play.
He doubled up Kevin Durant that time, sent a double there. He quickly got rid of the basketball.
And then Adams shoving DeMarcus Cousins into the crowd at the pick, and Cousins accentuating contact.
I mean, yeah, it's a foul, but you know, look at Cousins. I mean, that's just. Should we get him the academy now, or should we just wait till the end of the season? Or is it an Oscar?
Yeah, he's got that sly grin on his face.
Yeah, come on, man. He's you know, he's 6'9", 6'10", 270.
You know, okay, so people talk about his volatile temperament, but you also have to understand what he's capable of doing. And by the way, he was 11 of 13 from the line. The last meeting between these teams last year, en route to a 23-point, 15-rebound night. But in early April last season, he had triple-doubles in back-to-back games. He's only the 3rd player besides Chamberlain and Elgin Baylor with consecutive games of 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 or more assists. Westbrook gets back after bidding for the steal, and Robertson overpowered in the deep post by Cousins, and the lead is back to 2. But I mean, that's a special talent.
It is. And if he can stay focused, the Thunder will get another turnover. One of the things they want to really manage here is you see Cousins here gets a nice little feed from Gay, finishes at the rim.
And then he spots up just inside the 3-point line and scores. So Cousins shooting 4 out of 10, but he's made a couple of buckets. He's been getting to the free throw line. He has 11 points, and the game is tied. Well, Thunder has turned the ball over 8 times tonight.
Well, he's a volume shooter.
Block or charge. Cousins ruled to be inside the restricted area. Blocking foul. Westbrook will shoot free throws.
Oh, you'll take that, as Cousins not a shot blocker. And Russell Westbrook, he is a shot maker. When we come back, he'll have free throws, as you see right here on the foul. We're all knotted up, folks.
By the University of Central Oklahoma, proud partner of the Thunder. Stephen Curry continues to play video game basketball. Golden State has swept through the first quarter of the season. That's just sick. Cleveland has lost 3 in a row. LeBron James returned to Miami, sat last night to rest, and the Eastern Conference Player of the Month, Paul George, with a career-high 48 points, but Utah beat him last night in overtime. NBA News and Notes brought to you by the University of Central Oklahoma, Oklahoma's Metropolitan University. And you take a look at that, and they have reversed it, and on second look, it appears there that Cousins' right foot was inside the restricted area, but the officials have changed the call. A charge assessed to Westbrook. A block here by Robertson off that turnover, and the Thunder on the run. Morrow didn't even lower his shoulders, or the ball below his shoulders, but Robertson, another offensive rebound.
Oh, you got to love that. You know, hustling out. Andre Robertson gets the offensive rebound. Can the Thunder score and get something out of this?
Westbrook trapped. Robertson saves possession. Morrow to the rim, count the basket, and put Anthony Morrow on the line for a 3-point play.
Well, partner, there's the answer to my question. The hustle play back-to-back by Andre Robertson, and all of a sudden, can you turn those into points? Well, Anthony Morrow says yes, we can, as he gets fouled by DeMarcus Cousins, who should have gotten, a foul on the previous play, but the officials took that away and gave Russell Westbrook.
Now, George Karl is up complaining because on that play, the shot clock did reset, and I believe that it was incorrect. Now, I don't know what the remedy is for that.
Well, you can't replay the play over.
Consultation.
What they probably going to look at is determine if the violation could have occurred while they had possession, but
prior to the expiration of the 24-second clock. But again, the 24-second clock was reset incorrectly. So the Thunder was playing with extra time on the 24-second clock, if they can back time that and rule where the shot clock should have expired, then that comes into play.
And this is where the replay center really helps the officials on the floor here out. I mean, this is one of the main, points of emphasis for this, official review here, is to, to help the officials out here. And I like this. I think this is great because, no matter how long it takes, as long as you get the call right. As you can see there was about 12 seconds on the clock, and it reset right there. So we're talking maybe 3-4 more seconds as you get closer, and he takes the shot with about maybe 8 seconds. So
if the shot clock had not reset, there would have been about 11-12 seconds
Although
on
the shot clock was incorrectly reset, the foul occurred prior to when the shot clock would have expired. It's a good foul.
So the call stands. It was just what we were sorting through on our own. Although the shot clock was reset incorrectly, Morrow got to the rim and scored, and the foul occurred before 24 seconds would have expired without the reset. So George Karl back to the bench with news I'm sure he didn't want to receive. But he was also upset about, the incorrect reset of the shot clock.
Right. And like any coach, should be in that situation, he wanted to get it right.
Morrow told a great story at Georgia Tech, by the way, about how the old practice gym, the one we toured, was not the one that he played in. It's an old brick thing. He said it was 200 degrees in the summer and 20 degrees in the wintertime. I said, boy, that'd make a man out of you, and he laughed. So that's about right. I'll tell you what, he's made a couple of man-sized plays here. Off the stop, Westbrook the rebound.
Just great defense that time on DeMarcus Cousins.
Amo short. Rondo the rebound. Floor unbalanced. Morrow trying to get back and even the numbers, but they cannot. That extra man, Gay, by himself, scores off the feed from Rondo, who has 6 assists.
The Kings have gotten a couple little breakaways, out in transition with those kind of easy buckets.
Durant at the three-point line over Gay, scores.
When your offense starts to sputter, you got so many scores out there on the floor that can give you numbers. Kevin Durant knocking it down from downtown as Robertson will get called for the foul on Collison underneath the basket. He'll have free throws. Hey, how about this? Just when you've seen him, Kevin Durant, show his full arsenal, driving to the basket, the slam over Costa Kufas earlier, and all of a sudden he sets you up. You give him too much space, he knocks that down.
Back to his efficient scoring ways. 12 points tonight on 6 field goal attempts. He's 5 of 6 from the floor. Collison perfect at the stripe.
And how about the Kings shooting 15 and 16 free throw attempts? Pardon, you brought it up. They average about 24 free throw attempts a game. Well, this is number 16 already. Something the Thunder will certainly talk about at halftime. Got to keep the Kings off the line.
And the Thunder has taken 9 foul shots. Sacramento's bench helping the Kings to stay in this thing. 15-12, the Thunder's advantage in bench scoring. Outside Morrow from Durant for 3. The fastest gun in the West scores again.
And that was a hard closeout on him, as somehow he was able to just, like you say, partner, never brought it below his shoulders.
Morrow has 9 points all in the quarter. Outside, Rondo from way downtown. Westbrook on the handle.
Now this is what I like. Russell Westbrook saying, okay, I know there's a difference of about 5 seconds between shot clock and a game clock, but let's pull it out and let's try to get the play we want. Here, no quick shots.
Billy Donovan talked yesterday at length about not taking the shots your opponent wants you to take. Inside, Cantor was able to get a step on Cousins, but the pass knocked away over the top. Gay is fouled above the rim with 1.5 seconds remaining. Robertson a little slow to get up after being charged with his 3rd personal foul. Serge Ibaka only played 5 minutes to start the game after picking up 3 quick fouls. Robertson now has 3.
Well, that was going to be a tough pass for Rudy Gay to control anyway. But he was clipped on the play, and he'll have free throws. Number 17 and 18 for the Kings in the half.
Rudy Gay started his career with Memphis. Spent a little bit of time in Toronto. Didn't fit with the vision of head coach Dwayne Casey there. So traded to Sacramento, and he knocks down the free throws that leave this a 3-point game. Would have been good had it gone. Morrow with 9 points though, and a couple of gutsy plays into the interior where the Thunder scores 28 points, but only 8 in the second quarter. The Kings get their feet set, make a game of this. John Radigan in studio for your halftime entertainment. Thunder Live, the intermission edition, after these words on Fox Sports Oklahoma. That's a pace that favors both teams. Really, the Thunder second in the NBA, scoring 108 points a game. Sacramento fourth, averaging 105 a night. Storms strike quickly when seconds count. Who do you trust? We trust Leslie McCaslin with tonight's Storm Safe Coaches Report.
Well, first and foremost, assistant coach Anthony Grant said that the Thunder have to quit turning over the ball. They had 9 turnovers in the first half, which is leading to easy transition points for the Kings. And that is the main thing they want to do defensively, is keep them out of transition. He told me Sacramento's offense is explosive. He said they've got to quit getting them easy looks. He also said that DeMarcus Cousins, of course, is a load. They know that he's going to get his points, but they really feel like their bigs are doing a good job overall on him, and they just want to keep on doing it in the second half.
Cousins shooting 4 of 11 in the first half, Leslie, and again Serge Ibaka, a part of that story in his absence, picked up 3 quick fouls in 5 minutes to start the ball game and sat the rest of the half. Tonight's leaders of the half brought to you by AAA Insurance. Adams in a very physical matchup with DeMarcus Cousins. Came over, walked by some fans courtside in the first half and said, he's a big guy. Caspi outside for 3, no. Durant, Adams teaming up on the rebound. The Thunder plus 11 on the glass at 32-21, although the Kings with 8 second chance points generated by 7 offensive rebounds. And the turnovers, 15-3, Sacramento outscoring the Thunder on the fast break in the first half. Good patient possession off the screen by Adams. Durant is offline. Ibaka tracking it down and saving possession. Robertson immediately trapped, and then he throws the ball away. Call timeout.
Well, yeah, right. He kind of was flaring there a little bit, lost the basketball. Great hustle, but not the result you wanted.
John Rondo with 6 assists without a turnover, penetrates and comes up offline. He's shooting 2 of 7 in the game. Westbrook stops and pops and finds the back of the iron. Ibaka back tapping that rebound to Durant. Westbrook slashing to the basket to score that extra pass, Michael.
And then how about attacking the offensive glass on a tap out by Serge Ibaka? And those hustle plays, I tell you, man, they lead to points.
Outside, Gay knocks it down for 3 over a 7-foot target in Adams.
Well, you know, the Kings average about 104 points a game. They want to get out in transition. You got to get out in transition to score at that level. Put that in perspective, the Thunder average a little bit over 108 a game.
Ibaka puts it on the deck, draws the double team. Robertson can't get that one to fall. He's 0 for 4 in the run of play, and the ball out of bounds to Sacramento. Cousins been taking a little bit of a beating in this game.
You see Andre Robertson take that corner 3 there. You want him to take that shot, he has to, because if you don't take that shot, they'll stop guarding you. And he can knock down that shot. He has shown that.
Caspi can also knock down that shot, but his miss results in Durant's 6th rebound of the game. Thunder with 9 turnovers in the second quarter, 10 in the first half, and Durant charged with his 4th of the game, and then winds up getting it back.
He's forced the Kings into a tough position there, Rudy Gay.
Robertson to the free throw line, and they're trying to get Robertson more involved. You saw Sacramento leaving Robertson in the first half. Well, one way you change that is you put the ball in his hands, let him score, and make them honor his presence.
Well, they're going to continue to do that because, you know, right now they'd rather keep the ball out of the hands of number 35 in sunset jersey and also number 0. So he's got to be able to knock those shots down.
Here's your Oklahoma lottery jackpot update. The Mega Millions drawing Tuesday. The jackpot, $57 million. Now, look, you talk about Robertson being 0 for 4 in the run of play, missed the first free throw, but do not forget the season-high 9 rebounds, the 2 steals, the block at Miami. He was one of the main reasons the Thunder was able to survive in that game that went right down to the wire.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he's on the floor for a purpose. You know, his defense and hustling, you know, is the reason why he's out there.
Westbrook on the run, the floor unbalanced as Cousins fell and is slow to get back up, and then Robertson hits the deck, and Durant trying to feed him instead feeds the baseline.
And that's one of those situations where Anthony Grant, at halftime talked about Leslie McCaslin about taking care of the basketball. Already the Thunder have turned it over 2 times here.
Cousins, the straightaway jumper, no.
They're going to have to get back into their rhythm, set their offense.
Westbrook spins and comes up offline.
Unfortunately for the Thunder right now, the Kings aren't scoring the basketball either. So they haven't been able to cut into that 3-point lead that the Thunder are nursing.
Rondo going to feed Cousins on the box. He misses again. Ibaka quickly with his 3rd rebound. And Billy Donovan wants to talk it over. I think that shot by Westbrook early in the clock, symptomatic of what's going on with the Thunder's offense. The head coach wants to talk it over. Timeout, Thunder. Fox Sports Oklahoma. Since the beginning of the second quarter, the Thunder has recorded 6 assists and turned the ball over 12 times, shooting 10 of 27 over that stretch. Kevin Durant and company hanging their hat to some degree on defense. Sacramento, since the start of the second quarter, shooting 8 of 30 in the run of play. Durant set up by Adams. Ibaka, I'll tell you, this team really missed him in the first half.
And that's also another saving grace, partner, is the rebound. The Thunder are plus 18 on the glass right now as they are dominating the Kings. And still nursing a nice little comfortable 5-point lead.
Ibaka's got a half dozen. Caspi has that ball jarred loose by Westbrook and out of bounds off of Caspi's leg.
And you come out of the timeout, you settle down a little bit. You know, you want to continue to get into the rhythm of your offense. Work the shot clock right now.
All 6 of Ibaka's rebounds here in the 3rd quarter. And a nice drive and dish by Westbrook. Serge gets his reward with the basket. Westbrook and Robertson dispossess McLemore, and the Thunder going to run again.
Love it. Just love what they're doing, helping each other out on defense.
Oh, the cutter, Robertson, and that's a jump ball. At center court, he wound up to pack that thing, and it's stuck between the glass and the iron. And by rule, jump ball at center court. But man, you can't argue with the way they drew that one up.
Well, and this is all coming off a great defense here for the Thunder. This is what led to this opportunity. The defensive hands and the legs are getting back in this here 3rd quarter. I know it's early, a lot of time left, but the Thunder have created somewhat of a little bit of a space with a +7 on the scoring board.
Mark Davis moving.
This is
First Adams, then Cousins.
This is almost like an arm. You ever watch arm wrestling?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the World Championship. Yeah, they're sitting there and they're just measuring the elbows. Hey, get your elbow.
And the Thunder wins possession.
You know, Steven Adams, you know, he may not jump very high, but you don't need to jump very high. It's all about timing. He has great timing on the jump ball.
And when you're 7 foot, 250, 260 pounds, you know, you can put a wide load sign on yourself as well. Durant in a little 2-man action with Ibaka. Splash.
I'm loving Serge Ibaka. Not just the shot he just made, but his energy as well. And how about the block shot by Serge Ibaka?
Welcome back, Serge. Rondo does well to keep control and maintain possession. Robinson with good defense on Gay. Westbrook with the rebound. And then he was looking for Durant, who was behind the defense. He's knocked over and fouled by Gay.
I'm loving this. Is all coming out of the timeout by Billy Donovan. He says, hey, let's reset the clock. Let's figure out what we want to do here in this next couple of minutes of the game. They've done that. They've nursed a 9-point lead, denied the Kings at the rim, have not put them on the free throw line, and more importantly, getting to the rack themselves.
7 unanswered for the Thunder, this 9-point lead, matching their largest of the game. Ibaka looking to extend that. Adams and Robertson teaming up, and that lead now double-digit off the offensive rebound and the putback by Robertson. Timeout, Sacramento. The Thunder on a 9-point run the last 3 minutes, not quite 3.5.
Well, they've done it both ends of the floor, letting their defense create the offense. But more importantly, they picked up the energy as well. The second chance points with the Thunder have dominated here in this game, as well as the game on the defensive glass. Andre Robinson showing you how to get that lead up into double digits.
Game, the Thunder, as a part of their holiday assist, presented by Cox Communications, held their annual toy drive. Thunder fans entered. They were able to bring a toy or make a donation, and they got a chance to win that team autograph basketball you see there by just donating $5. Of course, the money will benefit the Salvation Army Angel Tree program, a great program around the holidays. So thanks to all of those fans who participated tonight. Brian.
Always good response from our fans. We ask for their help for those less fortunate. That's one reason I think we're so proud to be part of this community. Rondo shut down. Gay outside for 3. No, the Thunder. Got a loose ball foul. And we're staying here. Ibaka is called for his 4th, but Ibaka has a half-dozen rebounds, a half-dozen points. He's got a block shot. The Thunder has out-rebounded the Kings 13-1 here in the quarter. Sacramento shooting 1 of 9.
Oh, you got to love that. And that's been their saving grace here, as they've been able to get extra opportunities, but more importantly, deny the Kings as well. And how about this, partner? 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of the half. In the last 3 minutes, 0 by the Thunder. Ironically, they're up 11 right now.
Cousins saw the potential for a double team, so he decides not to drive. Tough shot for Collison, and Adams with the rebound, his 7th, and he looks over at Kevin Durant and says, my bad, mate. Should have been yours.
Well, Serge has 4 fouls, showing you the confidence that Billy Donovan has in his play right now. He's still on the floor, as he has been outstanding in the last couple of minutes, blocking shots, getting rebounds, and hitting that mid-range shot.
The cutter, Robertson, fed by Ibaka, has his shot disrupted, and then Cousins backs into Adams and knocks him over backwards right in front of the official. No call there, but a foul here that results in free throws. And one thing about DeMarcus Cousins is that for a big guy, he falls a lot, much to the chagrin of his head coach, George Karl.
Look at this here. That's a foul. I don't care what you say. That's a missed call by the official. Watch this elbow come back into Steven Adams. You got to call that.
Well, Cousins was suspended a game earlier this season for throwing an elbow into Atlanta's Al Horford in a game between those teams.
I mean, watch his left elbow as he just comes back. Man, he got away with one on that one, boy. I tell you.
Costa Koufos hits at the free throw line, splitting the difference. Durant has that one tapped out of his hands by Gay. Kevin Durant and Rudy Gay not only played on the men's national team together, they go back to their boyhoods. Gay from Baltimore, Durant from the Maryland suburbs of Washington, D.C. They have been playing playground ball and AAU ball and every other kind of ball since they were kids. So Gay knows Durant's game very, very well.
I'll tell you, 2 terrific young players still in this league today. But how about the Thunder's defense on DeMarcus Cousins? He had 11 points at halftime. He's sitting on 11 still right now.
Durant's strong move into the post. Rajon Rondo actually pulled the chair on him and tried to induce a traveling call, but Rondo is called for the personal foul, and Durant is going to the free throw line.
That's a good play right there. Thunder just realizing a mismatch. Kevin Durant not stepping out to the three-point line, but stepping on the box. And now he's got free throws.
Durant shooting 89.5% from the free throw line. Our Ford fact, he's at the top of a lot of lists like this, is Durant. Active career scorer against Team X, and tonight he is the head of the class in scoring against these Sacramento Kings. He has scored 20 points or more in 24 of 27 career games against Sacramento.
It's quite a list there, as you saw. D-Wade, Kobe Bryant, who announced his retirement in the last week here.
LeBron,
LBJ, and of course Melo, who we just saw within the last couple of weeks with the Knicks.
Bellinelli trying to dump it off to Collison, and Robertson with the steal. The Thunder generating opportunities with good defense. Robertson stepped out of bounds after forcing Sacramento's fourth turnover here in the quarter.
Well, you're wondering why Andre Robertson is on the floor. You saw that. He anticipated that pass, was able to steal the basketball. You need guys on the floor like that. You don't always need all offense. You know, I think the league sometimes falls in love, gets drunk with the idea of offense, but you still got to be able to stop the basketball and disrupt it, just like Kevin. That's more or less Russell Westbrook. You know what's going to happen.
Yes, you do. A logical result of the steal and run out by Westbrook is the appearance of George Karl rising off the bench, calling timeout Sacramento. Suddenly the lead is 14. The Thunder outscoring the Kings 13-1 over the last 5.5 minutes. Russell's second steal. The Thunder with 11 points off turnovers. Sure, he has 15 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds. The Thunder responding to an early timeout called by Billy Donovan to turn the ship around, and now the Thunder trying to sail away on this Sunset Sunday in a direction opposite the Sacramento Kings.
Well, when you're not turning the basketball over, our listeners to the Cavaliers talked with Anthony Grant at halftime. He said, hey, that's number one, but number two, you got to be able to force them as well, as Russell Westbrook finishes with the tomahawk.
Bellinelli steps inside the three-point line, then feeds Kufos, who scores on the jump hook. You know, that was only the Thunder's second fast break basket of the game. Sacramento, taking advantage of 15 Oklahoma City turnovers, has scored 16 on the break, 16-5. But the Thunder, as you pointed out, now plus 23 on the glass. Cantor gets inside, and he's fouled by Caspi. The Thunder has, since the return of Serge Ibaka from that first half foul trouble, the Thunder is just destroying Sacramento on the glass. Let's get it back to Leslie.
Well, you got to love what George Karl had to say about Russell Westbrook before the game. He said, Russell's always in fifth gear. He's trying to kill you, attack you, destroy you. He said, Russell will just run it right down your throat. Guys, we've definitely seen some of that here in the third quarter.
And Mac, my eyes are bugging out of my head. I'm looking at these rebound numbers, 21-2 in the Thunder's favor here in the third quarter. 21-2.
And you combine that with the turnovers. The Thunder had 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of the quarter. In the last 7 minutes, just 1 turnover. So you've cleaned up the turnovers, which Anthony Grant talked about with Leslie at halftime, and you turn around and you pour on the defense and the offense. And as you mentioned, the rebounding has been sensational.
Bellinelli, no. Cantor, yes. He's got 7 rebounds now to go along with a half a dozen points. Dion Waiters stepping into that for 3.
You know, this game is so simple sometimes, partner, and that's all it can be calculated to. Keep the game simple.
Caspi outside, and he scores from 3. That's the Kings' 3rd bucket from beyond the arc in 14 attempts. notable that they have taken but 2 free throws here in the third quarter after taking 18 in the first half on the pick and roll. Kanter is fouled by Koufos. They know each other very well. Koufos having played with George Karl in Denver. Kanter starting his NBA career with Utah. You know, same division, the Northwest. You see each other 4 times a year. And that time, as the whistle blew, Koufos just raised his hand and said, yeah, I got him.
Well, right now the Kings are trying to figure out what's going on. The Thunder have settled down. Billy Donovan called that early timeout in the quarter. Got the troops to reset their clocks. Said, hey, what we've been working on the last couple of days in practice, they come back out. They have not looked back since that timeout.
One of the things that Billy wants Ennis to do a better job of, and he talked about that at length yesterday when we visited with him, is how do you get Ennis more involved offensively? And he said, well, Ennis needs to do a better job of waiting on screens. You see, if he leaves too early, then he's got to put the ball on the floor. He's going to get trapped or forced into taking a jump shot. But if you time it a little bit better, you give yourself the kind of opportunities that Kanter has had here, especially since halftime. Gay scores again. He's got 18 points on 7 of 14 shooting. That's a pretty good night on a team that overall is shooting 37%.
Well, then Thunder, once again, down on offense. What's gotten them here, folks, is their patience in the half court, utilizing the clock. And this time size of Collison just over Kevin Durant here.
KD trying to pass out of the double team, but threw it wide of his mark, who was Kanter. But again, the intent to pass out of the double team, that can be tricky sometimes. You know, you get doubled like that, and the decision to pass out, he had a man on the wing, but he also had a man inside. Sometimes you know, the timing gets tricky.
And you got to make yourself available.
Koufos lines up and packs it.
Well, there's that 2-man game the Kings have not been able to get to. As they run a little 2-man game with Collison and Costa Koufos, he slams it home.
Kanter spins quickly on the baseline. Here comes the double team. Caspi with the block. Kanter blocked again.
It's a good play. You know, you miss shots. You want to finish that if you're Ennis. But you know what? You miss at the rim. The Kings don't get a breakout. And there's another turnover by Collison as he throws the ball into the backcourt. Now, I like that because even though Kanter missed at the rim, it didn't bounce out. It was right there. So the fast break started from underneath the basket for the Kings. It's a different kind of offense when they cross half court, when they have to come from that far.
George Karl has seen his team turn the ball over 6 times here in the third. Waiters to inbound. Durant, Kanter, Kyle Singler, and DJ Augustine completing Thunder 5. Durant has a cutter. Singler blocked. That's 3 blocks in the Thunder's last 2 possessions for the Kings. In transition, Collison for 3. No. Kanter with the rebound is mugged by Koufos.
Well,
and that's free throws coming.
That's more frustration by Costa Koufos. And I'm just liking what's happening with the Thunder right now. You know, they're defending. Now the Kings have woke up a little bit offensively, but the Thunder have stuck with their gun, even though they've had their last couple of shots blocked at the rim. Not settling for the outside shot.
Kanter closing in on another double-double. He has 9 rebounds and 8 points with the 2 free throws coming. Misses the first. Our photo of the night, powered by U.S. Cellular, is from J.D. in Oklahoma City, right here at Chesapeake Arena. As a matter of fact, I saw J.D. waving that bad boy before the game. He's got a message for everybody here tonight. U.S. Cellular coverage in the middle of anywhere. Kanter 9-9 now. Points and rebounds. The Thunder's bench has outscored the Kings 26-17. Bellinelli spinning into that shot. Count the basket. And a foul. Singler is charged with his 4th. Bellinelli with a chance to turn this into a 3-point play. And he converts it.
Wow, that's a big play right there as Bellinelli made a tough shot. It's hit on the arm.
Augustine checked by Caspi. There's a mismatch. Durant was going for the rip move, but the ball was knocked out of his hands. Singler and Waiters get back to blow up the transition play. Cantor finds himself with a little candy from a baby.
Oh, I'm loving it, partner. You're getting stops, active hands, stop the fast break off the turnover. You deny the Kings, and you flip the script and score on them off of their turnover.
Thunder suddenly with 13 points off of turnovers. Tough shot for Bellinelli from the corner under pressure as time expires in the third. So the Thunder starts the second half poorly, out of phase, especially at the offensive end. The quick timeout by the head coach Billy Donovan, and the Thunder wins the quarter. Not quite going away, but awfully close.
Well, they controlled the turnovers, and they were able to get out in transition, but more importantly, their mainstay just dominating the glass to go up 12.
Arby's, we have the meets. Westbrook closing in on a triple-double. Durant very efficient tonight. Cousins and Rondo well below their season outputs as the Thunder takes a 12-point lead into the fourth quarter. That lead and possession. Waiters off the screen by Singler, rocking back top of the key. No, Kufos with the rebound. The Thunder out-rebounded the Kings through three quarters by 22. Bellinelli in a tight space, almost in the NFL they call that a hospital ball, you know, where you give the ball up to your teammate in a space where it's almost impossible to succeed. But
partner, how about the Thunder right now with a 48 rebound edge to 26 for the Kings?
that's what I'm saying.
Plus 22. You gotta love that, huh?
Kufos challenged by Cantor and a foul.
Thunder did a great job of denying the Kings any opportunities at the free throw line. Big reason as to why they were able to get a little bit of an edge. Not a little bit of an edge, but a double figures lead going into the fourth quarter. Kings only got 3 free throw attempts in the entire third quarter.
Since halftime, the Thunder has out-rebounded Sacramento 24-5.
Also have caught up with them on free throw attempts just about as the Thunder have 19 free throw attempts. Kings right now have 23. And that was a decided advantage for the Kings at halftime.
Singler calling for Waiters, who will attack, absorb contact, and earn a trip to the free throw line.
Now that's what I like about Dion Waiters. You know, we all know he's a tremendous athlete on both ends of the floor. But that time, forcing the official to put air in the whistle by going into the body of the defender and not away from him.
In Atlanta last week, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. That was his 5th game at over 30 minutes. He's really becoming a big part of what Donovan is trying to do. Your only source for guaranteed authentic tickets to Thunder home games is OKCThunder.com/tickets. You can take a look at seats being offered by the team and by other fans, and every ticket sold has a unique barcode, meaning you'll never get cheated. You'll always get into Chesapeake Energy Arena.
Partly, we talked about that timeout that head coach Billy Donovan made at the third quarter that started this nice little run for the Thunder. But how about the play of Serge Ibaka, who's no longer in the game, as the Kings are able to, Costa Kufos is able to tip that in. But, you know, he also spearheaded that. Man, limited time on the bench with 4 fouls. But, boy, he's been, his earmark has been on this game.
6 rebounds, a blocked shot, and a half dozen points in the quarter. Thunder turns it over here in the scramble, and an argument between DJ Augustine and Tony Brown. He says, look, he hacked me on the arm. That's why I lost control of the basketball. Rondo setting up Bellinelli inside. Waiters is called for the foul.
And this is something that the Thunder want to stay away from. They did a great job in the third quarter. Kings only had 3 free throw attempts in the entire third quarter. To put that in perspective, the Kings had 18 free throw attempts in the first half. So something the Thunder want to continue to manage here. As you know, folks, the NBA game, it's a game of just being able to manage live situations.
Bellinelli converts the free throws. He has 9 points. Waiters keeps his dribble alive. Rondo does a nice job of staying with Morrow. And the search for that extra pass, you can see guys looking. Waiters from the corner for three. No. And Kanter keeping the play alive, and there's Singler, met at the rim by Kufos. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. Singler incredulous, and Billy Donovan as well. He said, wait, where's the foul?
Tough break right there for the Thunder, not being able to get a call on the play.
Collison attacks, and this time the whistle blows.
Remember, we talked about this is the thing that the Thunder have to stay away from. And as you see right here is the play. Great hustle. Singler's getting up there. He got bumped. Man, that's a tough no call.
Well, you got the defender. He's not vertical. He brings his arm down. He's inside the restricted area. Those would meet all three of them. Yeah. Just pick one of the three and you've got yourself a foul.
Yeah, so that's a tough break right there. And when you go on the other end, the Kings now are shooting 6 consecutive free throws here. As that lead is down to just 8.
Darren Collison had 18 points, including 4 makes from 3 last night at Houston. He's 1 of 6 in the run of play tonight, but he is 6 of 6 at the free throw line. Add to that his 4 assists, and Sacramento on a 6-point run, now within 7. Kanter strong. That's one of the things about Kanter's build and his footwork, Michael. He is able to get down there and hang in even when the second defender collapses on him, and like as not, he can get something out of that, can't he?
Well, he does a good job of taking up space. You know, young players watch Kanter's footwork. When he gets into traffic, he always has a wide base, and he's able to take the contact when he elevates, so he's never off balance.
Westbrook returns for Augustine. Kanter working on a double-double with 10 rebounds and now 12 points. Serge Ibaka preparing to return for Oklahoma City as well. Collison gets deep and he scores. How do you prevent those straight line drives?
Well, you know, first of all, that's just one-on-one defense. You've got to keep him, make him go left or right as Waiters
goes straight down Main Street.
And you got to love that, because that's a big basket at this juncture of the game where the Kings have found their offense in this fourth quarter. It stretches that lead back out to 9.
Dion is shooting 2 out of 10. Both his makes are beyond the arc. That's a kicked ball, and so add 3 seconds to the possession. We'll take time out. Waiters finding some space off of good ball movement. Westbrook has his 10th assist, and the Thunder a 9-point lead. For Joel Oklahoma, brought to you by American Energy Partners. Hard work works here. By Enable Midstream Partners, a partner in your success. By Ford, Thunder basketball driven by your Oklahoma Ford dealers, the best in Oklahoma. And by Jack in the Box. Taste the new cheddar onion buttery Jack today only at Jack in the Box. Good place for holiday shopping, the Thunder Shop. Here's a good place for your OG&E Wind Power play of the game. OG&E Wind Power, a win-win for everyone. Kevin Durant serving up a little holiday cheer to the home fans here in the first half. Cousins blocked by Kanter. The Thunder on the run. Waiters going to dish it back out to Westbrook, and then Rondo catches up to him. That looks like a street ball challenge right there. Into the corner, Westbrook, the waiters, that one rims out. Rondo on the run, the Thunder gets a couple of defenders back.
Just love the defense that time by Enes Kanter, one-on-one against DeMarcus Cousins. No help. He's able to disrupt the play, get the Thunder a possession.
Shot clock getting very deep. Collison to Caspi. The angle three falls at the shot clock buzzer. Caspi has 11 points. One thing about starting Caspi is that it compromises George Karl's bench. In the absence of their starting center, Willie Cauley-Stein. Westbrook, no. Rondo with the rebound. I do not think Rajon Rondo has recorded an assist here in the second half. Cousins outside for three. That one's short. Westbrook has the triple-double. There's his 10th rebound.
And they're getting the right guys taking that three-pointer that time. DeMarcus Cousins, even though he's made 19 on the year.
Well, that's interesting. It's going well. It's really going well. Kanter making a little bit of deep post magic. And a foul on Cousins.
It was almost like DeMarcus Cousins said, I double dare you to make a move on me. I mean, look at his hands are down. He just spins real quickly. A little shove in the back. Kanter staying balanced on the play. And look at his hands are down. He's just out, you know. He gets that little push in the back to complete the three-point or get himself the three-point opportunity.
Kanter has 10 points in the second half with the free throw pending.
And how about along with 8 points as well for Dion Waiters, who had 0 points at halftime. So your bench has come to life here in the second half.
Rondo is looking for his first assist since halftime. That's a tough shot by Bellinelli.
Lightning quick release on that play.
Sacramento stayed with the Thunder on the glass in the first half. Since that first quarter break, the Thunder with 39 rebounds to 21 for the Kings. Collison by himself, unmolested for three. And that's the kind of thing that will bring Billy Donovan off the bench, calling timeout. 6 Sacramento players in double figures scoring, and it's a three-point game.
Founding partners, Chesapeake Energy, leading a responsible energy future. Devon Energy, commitment runs deep. And MidFirst Bank, the official bank of the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Sacramento has outscored the Thunder 16-6 over the last 4 minutes. And our former broadcast colleague, Nancy Lieberman, now working as an assistant coach for George Karl and the Kings. Had a chance to visit with her before the game. She received a uniformly warm welcome as she returned to Chesapeake Arena, and she's made a difference. I think, you know, a couple of guys that she works with, Rondo and Caspi, are having really fine seasons. Durant with his 8th turnover of the game. Collison going to try to tie it. That one rims out, but Gay with a big offensive rebound for Sacramento. Cousins going to work, and Adams with the block. And Ibaka trying to corral it, and he cannot. 12 seconds to shoot for the Kings.
Wow, great job by Steven Adams to come over and help out on that play as Serge tips it, but he can't spin back to his right shoulder.
Cousins puts it on the deck and throws up an awkward one-handed shot, and that is going to fall, and he's fouled. Ibaka got there, but got the worst of the contact as he might have got popped in the schnoz. Ibaka charged with his 5th foul.
Oh, that looked right. Runs over Russell Westbrook on the play and then goes back into him. Boy, that's got to be a mess. An elbow above in the face on the play. Well, the officials, they've let him gotten away with a couple of those tonight.
Was that a traveling violation by Cousins? He threw it up, it didn't hit the rim, and then he was the first guy to touch it.
Yeah, that would be walking in my book.
As it is, he's got a chance to tie this game. Here comes Kyle Singler. Ibaka has got to leave. Serge has made a tremendous difference in this game since halftime. A half dozen points, 6 rebounds, and he's blocked a couple of shots. And Cousins leaves the Kings 18 of 28 at the free throw line. Might need a big man from Brazzaville a little bit later on. Sacramento has battled back from as many as 17 points down to close within 1. Westbrook trying to set up Gay. Finds Singler on the wing for 3. No. Russ following the shot. Gay with the rebound. Sacramento also starting to have its way on the boards. Gay spots up and scores. Sacramento has taken the lead at 85-84.
Well, Thunder right now have got to try to get to the basket. Settling a little bit for too many outside shots.
This is a pattern. The Thunder works it, has some success, but late in the game, the ball quits moving. Shots get tougher. And if they're not falling, you got a problem. That's what Billy Donovan is trying to get to change on this team. Over the top. Cousins. Tied up. Great hustle by Westbrook to get in there and blow up. A prime opportunity for Cousins. Deep. Durant did a great job of rotating over to slow Cousins down.
Right, he stayed vertical on the play too as Cousins was trying to go into his body. And there was Westbrook getting in there to help out.
Cousins is shooting 1 out of 8 here in the second half. We're going to re-jump it. Okay, now, the Kings, if they control, have 5 seconds to shoot. If the Thunder controls, that goes as a turnover. Mark Davis Cousins clapping his hands in frustration, saying, come on, Mark, come on. And that's the turnover, forced by Westbrook. That'll go as Russell's 3rd steal of the ballgame in a critical moment. Waiters will attack, go reverse. Adams too strong. Almost wanted that one too bad. Adams gets out to shut down Bellinelli, but Collison finds himself open for 3, and Darren Collison drains his 2nd triple as the defense rotates late, and it's a 2-possession game. The Thunder on its heels right now. Collison pushing the effort, 6 men in double-figure scoring for Sacramento, and Collison, as Rondo's influence has faded here, Michael, in the second half, Collison is rising up big.
Well, he's had a couple of back-to-back wide-open 3-pointers in transition. Thunder not able to find him.
He has 10 points in the quarter.
As he knocks it down to push out their lead to the largest of the night at 4. Now, plenty of time to go here, but the Thunder have to start scoring buckets here as they've come up empty in the last couple of possessions.
I got to tell you, this is the pattern that repeats. Durant in the conversation with Mark Davis, but through 3 quarters, the Thunder was 20 of 36 in the paint, Michael. At the last timeout, which was a couple minutes ago, but at the last timeout, the Thunder had only taken 2 shots in the paint the entire quarter.
Well, the Kings have made one heck of a comeback. It's almost like a prize fight between 2 championship boxers. All of a sudden, you know, you get punched in the face. Now you have to make a counter to that.
Durant trapped. Adams can't hang on to it. Collison going to bring it back out. He's got a trailer in Bellinelli for 3. He airballs that. Gay is blown up, and then Ibaka is called for goaltending. Score the basket for Bellinelli. The Thunder has surrendered 18 points off of 20 turnovers.
That's been the story so far here in this fourth quarter. Thunder did not allow very many turnovers in the third quarter.
Westbrook attacks it. Baca's there to score.
You're the Thunder right now. You got to get stops. There's plenty of time left in this game, folks, but you can't keep allowing the Kings to come down and get shots and score.
Cousins will go to work against Adams. The double team comes. The rotation into the corner. Gay for three. No, but a big offensive rebound for Rondo. Kicks it out to Bellinelli, and he knocks it down for three.
And the Kings have won all the 50-50 balls here in this last couple of possessions, and they're turning them into points.
4 makes from 3 in the quarter for Sacramento. Westbrook up and firing. He has a reply. George Karl calls a 20-second timeout.
It looks like he's going to change that to a full, as much needed offense by Russell Westbrook here, hitting the long ball.
He's working on a triple-double, 18, 10, and 10 points, assists, and rebounds. It's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Russell Westbrook with 3 steals, including this run-out. The Thunder with 44 points in the paint. Westbrook a moment ago making this a 4-point game, knocking down the triple off the ankle. Russ has 18 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. He has turned the ball over 3 times tonight, but the Thunder has turned the ball over 20 times total. Durant has 9 of those. The Thunder shooting 4 of 15 in the quarter, 2 of 7 in the paint. Sacramento 10 of 20 here in the fourth. 4 of their makes from beyond the arc. They have out-rebounded the Thunder, which has carried a decisive advantage off the glass for most of the night. But here in the fourth, the Kings, Michael, and you talked about the offensive rebounding, the Kings +8 on the glass, a 4-point advantage and possession. And all of a sudden, Rajon Rondo has had 4 quick assists. This time he gets a chance to score and does off the feed from Gay. What's happened to the Thunder's defense?
Well, right now, just turn the basketball over again as Rajon Rondo took the ball from Kevin Durant, and then Bellinelli ends up throwing the ball away. So Thunder dodge a bullet right there, but you got to be able to score right now. It's all about the Thunder getting offense going to put pressure on the Kings here.
KD was so effective in the first half. Adams again too strong at the rim. Sacramento with the rebound. Durant 0 for 4 since halftime. He's turned the ball over 10 times in the game. To the rim, Cousins too strong. KD with a key rebound. Waiters attacking. Tied up by Bellinelli. In a 6-point game, Bellinelli is going to force Waiters to earn it at the free throw line. Marco Bellinelli, in spending 2 years with Greg Popovich in San Antonio, earned high praise from a very demanding coach. Popovich said he's got a very high IQ, he's got a great sense of motion and spacing, and he's not afraid to take the big shot. We have seen that. Waiters drops the first one.
Well, big free throws right here for the Thunder and Dion Waiters as it stops the clock. About 53 to go here, plenty of time. Thunder down 5 present. Now what you have to do is Waiters makes the second free throw. It's a 2-possession game. You got to get stops now. It's all hands on deck right now. Every man guarding his man.
Gay curling. Tries to wind up and throw it down, and in the scramble, Westbrook wins. Russell flying up the floor. He's got Durant in the corner for three. No, Adams on the tip back. He got a second chance that he can't convert, but another big offensive rebound. Westbrook trapped and forced to call timeout.
I like that. Good hustle by Steven Adams to keep that ball alive, tip it in, and then get it off of his own tip in to give the Thunder another opportunity here, and then a timeout to reset your offense.
Steven has a dozen rebounds. He's had a couple of shots deep that he'd like to have back. Shooting 11 of 23 in the quarter. The Thunder has cooled off, shooting 4 of 19 in the quarter. Kings, who trailed by 17 here in the second half, lead by 4. Our Thunder player of the game brought to you by Riverwind Casino, OKC's most rewarding casino, and Serge Ibaka. Benched by foul trouble early in the first quarter, only played 5 minutes in the first half. Came back, and he has recorded in the second half 7 rebounds, 3 block shots, and he has scored 8 points. Durant sees a lane, the runner score it, and one.
And that's what you want to see late in the game. Attacking the rim, forcing the official to put air in the whistle. You know, Kevin Durant's a smart player. Smart play right here by a smart player. Just not settling for the outside shot. Had it right there. Said, nope, I can improve my shot. He knocks down the shot and gets fouled.
KD's first basket of the second half. Free throw won't fall. Gay comes away with it. It's a 2-point Sacramento lead with now just over 60 seconds remaining in regulation. Bellinelli curling into a shot at the three-point line. Durant with the rebound over the top. Westbrook running. And he crosses up with Collison. They tangle feet. Darren Collison is called for the foul, and Westbrook is going to go to the free throw line.
If you're the Kings, this is the worst thing you want to happen right here, is to foul this early in the shot clock, as he's bumped clearly by Darren Collison on the play, causes Russell to stumble, and now he's got free throws with a chance to tie this ball game, but more importantly, stopping the clock.
Thunder has struggled in close games lately. Both of their losses on the road last week were 2 possessions or less. And a critical miss at the free throw line by the Thunder's other all-star.
Either way, it's still going to be a 1-possession game for the Thunder as Russ puts the Thunder down by 1. Plenty of time to go here. You just have to defend now. You have to just roll up your sleeve, put your hard hat on, and play defense.
Cousins singled up off the high block with Adams in a foul. Adams picks up his 3rd foul. Thunder also now out of fouls. And one of the things about Sacramento that you have to understand about their season, they started 1-7, but their schedule looked like murderer's row. They had the Clippers twice, they had Memphis, they had Houston, they had Golden State, they had San Antonio. Big cheer as he misses the first free throw. But they have been fire tested, and George Karl has coached these guys to the point where they have hung around tonight.
And they've left a lot of meat on the bone at the free throw line as DeMarcus Cousins misses the first of 2. That's a huge miss.
He's 3 of 9 at the line. Sacramento has missed 12 on the night, 18 of 30. Now the Thunder down but 1 and with possession.
We talk about a 79% free throw shooter in DeMarcus Cousins.
Gay up tight on Durant as the shot clock winds down below 5. KD spinning and scoring to put the Thunder on the high side.
Now what I like about this play, Kevin Durant had a shot at first. He reset his feet, got into the rhythm of his shot as he did on the last 3-point play, improved his range to the basket, and knocked it down and found nothing but cotton.
7 unanswered points for the Thunder. Durant with a couple of big buckets as part of that.
I mean, watch right here. He just gets in here, not settling for that quick shot. You see the shot clock, it's at 5. He does a little step back. Costa Koufos is trying to close out on him, so you got a mismatch right away. This is just a beautiful shot by number 35 in sunset jersey.
Give credit to Steven Adams for setting the screen that took Rudy Gay out of that play. Here he comes.
He forces the switch. And Kevin Durant just staying in the rhythm of the shot. I mean, we've seen him knock down that shot so many times and showing the confidence because he missed the last couple of shots. But here just showing how confident he is as a player and coming up with a big basket to put the Thunder ahead by 1.
Shot clock is off. 23 seconds remaining. Each team has a 20-second timeout remaining.
Now, Sacramento Kings coming out of this timeout. They've had success with DeMarcus Cousins, getting him the basketball on the low post. So Thunder want to certainly deny him the opportunity to get the basketball. I mean, he missed the last couple of free throws, but he's a 79% free throw shooter. But more importantly, he's pretty good on the box when he gets the basketball.
Cousins has the double-double at 13 points, albeit on 5 of 20 shooting to go along with 10 rebounds.
It turned out to be a great foul by Steven Adams on DeMarcus Cousins on that previous possession as he missed both free throws.
Collison has been terrific. In fact, 3 men off the Sacramento bench in double figures scoring. Adams.
You got to watch this switch up top. Steven Adams is trying to guard Rudy Gay.
Gay will drive, lost possession of the basketball, and Adams retrieves it.
And he calls timeout.
Taken by Adams in Oklahoma City. A great defensive play by Adams, who has delivered all night long in the low post with a dozen rebounds, holding Cousins to 5 of 20 shooting, and a big steal there and a heady play to call timeout.
Well, he had a strong defensive effort on DeMarcus Cousins on the previous possession. I mean, look at this here. He's going to get all the action over here in the corner. As you see, Rudy Gay sizing him up. He crosses over, loses the basketball. How about Steven Adams staying in that play and gets the loose ball, calls timeout before he can get fouled, because Sacramento would have definitely fouled him on this play.
Give Durant pressure. And
Just
credit for pressuring the basketball as well after Gay lost the handle.
Absolutely. And look at Steven Adams. He knows he did something great or something good. I'm going to call it great. I mean, that was just a great play to stay right there and double up Gay after fumbling the ball and then having the presence of mind to call timeout. Thunder are out of timeouts right now. But, man, Steven Adams, 6 points, 12 rebounds. You got to love that. And a whole lot of hustle and a whole lot of nasty screens tonight.
Ibaka and Morrow. Morrow replaces Adams. So Ibaka, Morrow, Westbrook, Durant, and Waiters on the floor for Oklahoma City.
Well, Kings have to foul right away. If the Thunder get this ball in, the Kings have to foul immediately after trying to go for the steal.
Gay picks up Durant on the near side of the lane. Koufos guarding the inbounds pass. Dion Waiters saying, hey, look, I need a little bit more space than that. Durant is fouled immediately by Gay.
Now, I like that. Thunder are executing on both ends of the floor here right now, late in this ball game, to recapture the lead. Steven Adams, great play, defensive effort, call a timeout. You got to get the ball in situations like that. That's the number one thing you have to do, is get the basketball in.
The lead is 2. Durant can force the Kings into needing to take a 3-point shot. They do have a 20-second timeout, so they can advance. Durant has been clutch down the stretch on what has been a difficult night for him. He's turned the ball over 10 times, but He has come roaring down the stretch, delivering a half dozen of his 20 points. And don't forget the 9 rebounds that he has contributed in this game, 3 in the quarter. KD also with 4 assists in the game. The Thunder with 9 unanswered points, and those 6 points by Durant, part of that run over the last minute and 50 seconds.
Well, the Thunder showed a lot of resilience here in this last 40 seconds of the game. And it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They did it with defense, they did it with hustle, and they made shots. And in a close game, you have to continue to score the basketball. As you pointed out, partner, the Thunder were down by as many as 6 points here in the last couple of minutes.
Collison has been brilliant. 16 points and a couple of big threes. Rondo has got 10 assists, 4 during the rally in which the Kings took the lead. DeMarcus Cousins shooting 1 of 9 in the second half.
Well, right now you don't want to give up the 3 ball. Switch everything.
Adams has Cousins on the elbow on the far side of the lane. Rondo to inbound. 4.4 seconds remaining in regulation. Durant stays with Collison. Over the top. Bellinelli up and firing from the corner. It's short. And Durant corralling the rebound as time expires. The Thunder getting it done when it had to. Allowing Sacramento to come back from 17 points down. The Kings led by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, but the Thunder pulls up and outscores Sacramento down the stretch 9-0. The Thunder posts a 3-point win.
Well, they did it on the defensive end, and they scored on the other end, but you did a great job of getting stopped at the right moments late in the game.
Let's get it out front to Leslie. She's got Durant.
Thanks, guys. Well, Kevin, a tough night for you at times. So in those last 30 seconds, walk me through a couple plays. First of all, you hit that shot. What did you see with 20 seconds left?
I was terrible tonight. And all I heard was Anthony Morrow just saying, just keep playing, keep going, it's going to turn for you. I was able to get free and make a couple shots, and we got a big stop at the end.
As important as that shot, how big was the defensive teamwork between you and Steven Adams?
That was huge. Steven did a great job of funneling them to me, and I just tried to make a play there. And Steven did a great job. He did all the work, and I was there to try to clean it up for him. And it was a good comeback win for us.
Yeah, you guys have lost some close ones lately. How big was it for this team to win one of these that came down to the last few seconds?
It's good for us. We've been struggling late in the games, and we thought tonight was going to be the same way, but we just kept fighting, and we came out with a win. This team is hard to guard because they play small, and they got Rondo who's making plays to everybody, and shooters, and DeMarcus Cousins the best big in the league. So it was a tough game, but we just grinded it out.
All right, thanks, Kevin. We appreciate it. He may have played terrible, he says, but they came out with the win tonight, BD.
Now, Leslie, the Thunder wound up with 6 men scoring double figures. Durant with the double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds. Westbrook with the triple-double. Adams double-digit reboundings. Cantor with a double-double as well, and that funnels into our bottom line, 98-95. For Michael Cage, Antonio Daniels, Leslie McCaslin, and our production crew in front and behind here at Chesapeake Arena. I'm Brian Davis, inviting you to join us on Tuesday from Memphis. The Thunder back at the foot of Beale Street to face the Grizzlies. Thunder Live starts at 6:30. Ball game at 7 o'clock. Now stick around. Another post-game presentation of Thunder Live starts right now on Fox Sports Oklahoma.